We all witnessed the horrible tragedy on the F train heading to Brooklyn, a train my wife would take every single day. I am calling on Governor Hochul. I am begging and pleading with you to resign now. This job is just beyond you. Unfortunately, in New York, there is no recall. So I'm asking you to do the right thing. Everyone knows that New York is in decline. We are the laughingstock of the rest of the country. Governor Hochul, please find something else to do with your life. You took pictures the day before the tragedy telling New York how safe the subways were. How pathetic. Governor Hochul, we beg you, we plead with you. You may mean well, but being governor is just not for you. Get out of the way, please, before the holiday even starts.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you're all having a great and wonderful day. Well, what we have here is Kathy Hochul is facing, or Hochul, I think that's how you pronounce her name. Either way, it doesn't really matter. Is facing facing to be forced to resign because of the horrible and tragic killing of a woman that was burned alive because of a illegal immigrant from Guatemala coming in and just torching her. And this is all part of the course because I think Kathy Hochul is the absolute worst governor I think we've had so far. Worst mayor is still Tiffany Hayner because I don't think it's going to be very easy to beat her. But and is it looking good? And she is also the same person that has advocated for and wanted illegal immigrants to be in her state. And she had to immediately backstep on that because as soon as they did that, it only took a year and a half, 2 years, before, they're like, oh, we're at max capacity. We can't hold these people anymore. And, it isn't, it's like she's just a failure whenever she speaks and wherever she goes.
The Statue of Liberty is inscribed. It says, give me your tired, your poor, your huddled young masses yearning to be free, the wretched refuse to a teeming shore. And that statement encapsulates our values. We want people to come here, despite where they came from or despite the circumstances that drove them to this country and to this state. We say you are welcome here. We are welcome with open arms, and we'll work to keep you safe. We'll not only house you, but we'll protect you. So our message to the world is, send us your people, send us those who need the cloak of comfort that we can demonstrate as New Yorkers with big hearts and open arms, and we'll provide a safe haven. We have to let the word out that when you come to New York, we're not going to have more hotel rooms. We don't have capacity. So we have to also message properly that we're at our limit. If you're going to leave your country, go somewhere else. But the smarter thing is to apply for asylum before you leave your country.
You can't be having these ideologies. You can't be having random people coming in and talking about this. I understand Elon Musk had made some very stupid things about the H-1B1 visa stupid stuff, where he wants to allow, I guess, all kinds of other ethnic groups coming in. I think that is the least amount of problem here. I think there is more on the line of maybe people discriminating against white people. But I digress, right? What we have here is just a simple stupidity of Democratic brainthink and what they think is correct, or what have you, when it comes down to illegal immigrants. The Democrats are always pro-illegal immigrants, and they're always wanting them to come here. Well, the problem with that is, and the ramifications is that we get people like this, like the man that torched the woman, and it does heinous acts here. They are also be very kings of trafficking, doing illegal businesses, because, again, you can't just be allowing these people to go through. They have to assimilate into our culture. They have to assimilate into our country. And I would say maybe it takes 2-3 years for them to actually gain citizenship. They should be able to take a while to actually be trusted into our society, because, again, whenever we go to another country, we have to abide by their rules, and they should also abide by our rules. And if they are illegally coming in here, that means they don't care about our rules. They don't care about our laws. They'll just bypass anything that we do and just do them. And we've been seeing this time and time again with every single liberal city coming forth. Now, we have this here where if Kathy Hochul is facing resignation, because people are insanely angry over this, and rightfully so. And it isn't looking too good for her. We'll see what happens here, but apparently it's not looking too great for her.
Governor Kathy Hochul has triggered an outrage after sharing a post about the improvement in subway safety on the same day that a woman was killed here in New York City. Following the burning of a woman on a Brooklyn subway train by an illegal Guatemalan immigrant, Kathy Hochul is being called to now step down and resign. The 33-year-old Sebastian Zapita Khalil is accused of arson and first and second degree murder. Elon Musk is among those who have criticized Hochul. He reposted Representative Richie Torres's post calling Hochul to resign. On the same day the woman was killed, Hochul posted about an increase in subway safety, which sparked outrage. Hochul's post also garnered calls of resignation from several others. Brooklyn State Assemblyman Dub Highkind said on X, quote, "We all witnessed the horrible tragedy on the F train. I am calling on Governor Hochul and begging and pleading with you to resign now." And some other citizens also called for Hochul's resignation as well. On Sunday, a horrific act of violence shook New York. A woman died after being set on fire inside a subway train in Brooklyn. The attack, described by the city's police commissioner as depraved beyond comprehension, raises urgent questions about subway safety and illegal migration into New York.
Yeah, so I don't really know what New Yorker could possibly do. I think that she should face resignation. The fact that the way that her state is in is completely insane. I mean, granted, I don't think the city New Yorkers have to really necessarily deal with this type of insanity, but majority of the people are in New York City, and they have to deal with this insanity. They have to deal with the illegals. And now people don't even want to go on the trains because, well, they're in fear of being burned alive by an insane person. And she says, like, oh, we're going to have national security or the National Guard there, and they'll protect you, yet somehow they didn't protect you because, well, somebody got burned alive. So that's not working. Obviously your policies, your ideas, and everything else is not working. A woman just got stabbed not too far long ago between those two things, and she's praising like how safe it is, trying to say like, oh, how good of a governor I am, and yet she seems to utterly fail at every turn. Everybody turns their heads and they look at her like, what are you going to do about it? And she has no solutions, and I think she should resign. I think that these Democratic leaders, they are a dangerous society. They are not doing anything. Now, I know there's some Democratic people that are okay or doing decent, but I mean, we could say Adams is probably one of them. But again, he's the one that also went after Trump. I may say even he was trying to defend himself. In particular, when it comes down to when Trump won, because, you know, he's been facing an investigation of the FBI for illegal dealings overseas. So, I don't know about him. He's a bit iffy. And, but we'll see. But this is what we're talking about. We can't be having these people, these monsters, running around in our country and expect them to follow our laws when they immediately broke our laws before even coming into this country. So, I don't know what else to tell people. If you expect some animal to be trusted, then you're asking yourself to get bit. You're asking yourself to get killed, and I don't know what else to say to people. All right, guys, that's it for the video. Let's go share. As always, take care, my friend.
I'm disgusted by what I see in public. Even people closest to us can't be trusted. This is algorithmic disease, the social media.